Hi guys, welcome to our quick core add-on. We're going to take probably 10 minutes and we are going to work the front of our center, the sides of our center, and the back of our center. So starting with our front, come onto your back. Good. Take a nice moment. Find your lovely neutral pelvis. When you're ready, breath in. Out breath. I want you to feel that pelvic floor lift. I want you to feel the deep belly drawing in. I want you to feel the ribs narrowing. And a little response in the abdominals. Nice breath in to relax, to expand. On your out breath, lifting that pelvic floor, feeling the reaction in your deep core. On your next one, just imagine that you're lifting a leg. You're not going to actually do it, but imagine you're lifting your right leg and see what muscles would you need to use to do that. Good. Relax as you breathe in. Same thing with the other leg. Imagine lifting it. Just say, yeah, I would lift my left leg here. See what happens in your body as you anticipate that. Beautiful. And then we're gonna actually do it. So on your next one, before you lift the right leg, so exhaling, imagining lifting the right leg, and then bringing that right leg up to nice tabletop. Lower it down as you breathe in, and switch sides. And I want you to really think about lifting the leg before you actually do it, so that you take advantage of that anticipation, so that you're nice and still in the low back pelvis. There's no increased arch of the back as you lift the leg. There's no flattening of the back. There's no rocking tip of the pelvis. The low ribs are nice and held back down towards the mat. The upper body's nice and still. And this is just movement at the leg. Those of you who practiced it a while know it's easier said than done. Good. We're going to hold the right leg up here, and we're going to do a little repeater with the left leg joining it. So nice breath in to prepare, and on your out breath, dig in deep with the low belly. Anticipate that left leg coming up and bring that left leg up to meet the right, and then lower it with control. And I want you to be sure that you don't have any movement at that pelvis or low back as you repeat it. Good. We're going to do 4 more with the left. If it's too hard to, or if you feel that you can't control that second leg coming up, then you just go back and you do our singles that we were doing. Try to feel that solar plexus, those low ribs held back, the strength in the abdominals. That was 4, so lower the left leg, lower the right leg. Take a moment to find your neutral if you did lose that. So hip pointers, pubic bone, nice and level. And then bring the left leg up to tabletop. Before you lift the right leg, I want you to anticipate it. So on your exhale, lift the pelvic floor, draw in with the deep belly. Imagine lifting the right leg, and then do it, and it should be smooth and simple. And lower it back down, and do that all again. On your exhale, anticipate, and do it. Good. You've got 4 more to practice. Good. Perfect. Lower the right leg, lower the left leg, and relax. Take the hands behind the head. Feel that pelvis stay in neutral. Feel the low ribs stay nice and still. Take a nice breath in and leave the weight of the head heavy in the hands behind you. I want you to stay with your gaze looking to the ceiling and just hover the chest, keeping that low back pelvis nice and still. Thinking about lengthening out of the top of your spine, and then lower it down. Exhaling to come up, and inhaling to lower down. Exhaling, inhaling to lower down. So it's just little mini chest lift, but you're really trying to think of leaving the weight of the head in the hands, having a nice relaxed neck, Not letting that head get out of alignment by poking up towards the ceiling or shearing forward. Good. If this is hard, you can keep doing just the upper body. But if you feel like, yeah, I got good form here, it's happy, I want you to hover here, and then right leg to tabletop, lower it down. Left leg to tabletop, lower it down. So put everything together, nice and still through the spine, nice and still in that pelvis. Relaxed in your neck, strong in your arms as you support the head. Yeah, right? Who said basic was easy, right? Lower it down and release. Good. Let's come on to our sides. Putting those legs out nice and straight. Good. And there's even different levels of basic. So we have the feet flexed, little space between waist and mat. And your first option is just to raise the top leg and lower it down. And you're looking for nice stillness in your waist, the pelvis to stay stacked, so you're not rolled back as you lift, and that leg to stay right over the bottom one. So often as we lift the leg, it sneaks forward, and that's not what you want. You want, when you lower it back down, to feel both those heels connect, right? Some of you, even though we call this basic, you're doing it because it's safe for low bone density. So you can, your second option, which is probably not truly basic, is to hover both legs, right? And then do the top leg motion. All right, so you pick. I will demonstrate with the legs hovered, just because I know some of you are there, but leave that bottom leg on the mat if you're brand new to this, right? And when you're ready, top leg lifts and lowers. Lifts and lowers. And you're always thinking about trying to reach out of the bottom of that heel a little bit more so that you're long in that top leg. And you're trying to stay nice and still in the waist, right? This isn't crunch at the waist and movement that way. This is if someone saw you from your hip pointers up, they would say, oh, they're not exercising. Right? They're just concentrating. Good. You're going to hold this one up, whether you're hovering the bottom leg or whether the bottom leg is on the mat. And you're going to do little circles with that top leg. If you're hovering, that's hard, right? But they're little. They're tiny circles. And you stay still in the pelvis. Right? Good. And reverse your circle. Try to think of reaching longer out of the bottom of the heel. Think of drawing in with the tummy. Think of keeping the weight of that leg over the other one. And pause there. Release it down. If you're hovering both legs, bring the heels together and lower them with control. Awesome. And we'll do the other side. So if your arm isn't comfortable to be your bottom, like to be a pillow for your head, then you can always grab a cushion, right? You don't have to be in this position, or you can even bend the elbow if that's more comfortable. Good. So flex the feet. Heels should be the same length. Your pelvis is stacked, just means that one hip pointer is right over the other hip pointer, not rolled back. Good. And when you're ready, and top arm can be on the mat or on the top hip, you're picking either to just raise the top leg with good form, and that is great work in the outer hip and the side body. So for a basic level, totally feel that you can work at this. It's harder than it looks, right? Try not to have the leg moving forward. Right? But those of you who are ready to hover both legs, you can live here and then do that top leg lift and lower, right? Always thinking about a little bit of length happening out of the bottom of the heel along that whole side that is up. Some nice, we don't do Pilates to get shorter, do Pilates to get taller. Good. Yay. Let's try our circles. Pause here. The bottom leg can be up or the bottom leg can be on the mat, and you're going to circle tiny little circles. That's hard, eh? But if you're comfortable, challenge yourself. Make them a little bit bigger. Just what you can control. and reverse. If you feel any wobble happening, especially if it always happens at the same part of your circle, try to use that out breath to help you when you need it, right? Yeah. Beautiful. Pause there. If you're floating that bottom leg, bring the heels together and then lower both with control. Awesome. Coming on to your tummy. Having the head resting on the back of the hands. Feel that pelvis. Feel where it is on the mat. You're going to try to keep it nice and still. I want you to turn the toes out slightly today. You can still keep the feet narrow, but go for that little turn out in the toes just to work the glutes a little bit differently. Take your breath in to prepare. On your out breath, draw in with the low belly. And squeeze the right bum cheek, the right glute, and float the right leg. Lower it down. And again, draw in with the belly. Anticipate the movement. I'm going to lift my left leg, so I'm thinking about it. Then when I do it, hopefully my body's ready. It's anticipated the movement. Lower it down. Exhaling. To prepare, think of lifting the right leg. Think of the rest of the body staying still. Then see if it happens as you do it. And just alternate at your own pace here. If you want to do a little self-check, you can take the hands, place them behind under the hip pointers, and just really try to monitor as you float one leg. That same hip pointer shouldn't dig into the mat harder. There shouldn't be a change in pressure under your fingertips. And for some of us, that's really, really hard to do. Don't be frustrated. If this is a hard exercise for you, it is a hard movement pattern to break. But if you have low back pain, SI joint pain, it's absolutely worth doing. Let's try one more with the right leg. One more with the left. Perfect. Breath in to relax. Bring those arms out to just a little W position, forearms at your sides, maybe slightly off the mat, depending how broad you are. Nice breath in to prepare, and on your out breath, lifting up with the forehead, nose, mouth, chin, throat, breastbone, this nice peel up and peel back down. Exhale to peel up and peel back down, just to warm up that upper back and mid back. Try to feel that as you raise the upper body, you really support by drawing in the low belly, right? So that you're strong in your abdominals to support the upper back. And we're going to hold this one up. Take a nice breath in, and if this is brand new to you, just try to float the right arm and try to feel nothing else move in the body and place it back down. And then do the left arm on your next out breath. Really stabilize first. Anticipate that you're going to lift the left arm. Think about it. And then do it and stay nice and still in the rest of the body. So as you lift the arm, there's no drop in the chest or throat. There's no shift in the spine, no movement there. If you're an old salt at this, you can float the arm and then you can also straighten it out in front. And that's harder. That's definitely hard in our postural muscles. Return it to the mat. Float, reach, that's optional. Bring it back, lower it down, right? We're going to try to do 2 more on each side. Exhaling to float, to stay wide across the chest. If you're doing the reach forward, try to keep the shoulder away from the ear. Anticipate the movement happening and see if that helps you to stay nice and steady, because you don't want to feel a tip in the pelvis or rotation through the rib cage. You should feel this in your mid-back, upper back, even not in your neck, hopefully. Float the left arm, reach it forward. This is our last one. Return that arm to the mat. Peel down with the upper body one more time. And then bring the hands underneath the chest. Bend the knees. You can try a perfect press up. Thighs, tummy, chest, all leave the mat at the same time. Or coming up to kneel, just however you can get there. Take your time where you've been in extension, but rock the hips back towards the heels. Let that low back soften. Move into a lovely shell stretch just for a couple breaths. Lovely. And you can linger there if you want. I'm going to roll up and sign off. Hopefully you feel good. Front, sides, back, and a quickie. So if your day is as beautiful as this one, go enjoy it. And I will see you next time. Ciao.